Hey everyone, welcome back to Privately Outspoken. It's me, Sheryl Drinkall. Oh boy, my life has been a podcast or two in the last 2 weeks. But you know the drill, so let's just jump right into it. I have $1 million question for you. What if your struggles are actually the roadmap to your greatest moments of joy and understanding? Today we're going to dive into the unexpected gifts that actually come wrapped in our struggles. And spoiler alert, that does not mean we have to love every minute of them. But I promise by the end of this episode, you might just have a reason to smile through the chaos. I'll see you back here in 16 seconds. Let's face it, everyone. Life can be a series of unfortunate events. Kind of like a bad Netflix series when the plot twists just keep getting wackier. One moment you're on cloud nine, and the next you're tripping over all your expectations, landing face first right in the mud. Oftentimes, it makes you feel like a straight up loser when life doesn't go our way. I mean, seriously, who signed up for this roller coaster? Who signed us up for this? But what if we treated our struggles not as obstacles, but as more of opportunities? I'm going to give you an example. I have this friend, and she found herself struggling with her job. She felt like it wasn't right for her. She complained. She complained for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. It's killing me. I hate this place. I don't want to do it anymore. Then something turned. Something turned, and she began to use the anguish that she was feeling to fuel her creativity. And in her downtime, instead of just sitting there watching Netflix and binge watching her shows, she started looking into more of what she was passionate about. And then guess what? She found a whole new community and a whole new support system, and she even got offered a job that was within her passion that she was feeling. So she took that burden and she turned it into a catalyst for what her dream was. That's what she's doing now. I know for me, I've done this a lot in my personal life. Yeah, I think we're all beginning to do that a little more in this day and age, if we haven't already. Let's try to ask what opportunity might be hiding. And if that doesn't work, honestly, just engage in your humor, because there's always something little or something big to laugh about when you are having heavy clouds above you. It helps us get through that every single time. But what really, really, really helps is just the perspective that we have. If we talk about perspective and we change our perspective, sometimes when bad things happen, it's like trying to read a book with a bunch of those silly bookmarks sticking out from every which way. And you're confused and you're frustrated and you don't know what's going on. But what if you just found a way to step back? Step back and take a wider, broader view of the situation. Because when you do that, it's easier to see perhaps that those little bookmarks in every little direction are actually pointing towards something valuable, toward a lesson you didn't even know you were going to have, or a lesson that you didn't even know you needed, or a direction that you didn't know that that's where you were headed. An example of that would be a breakup, a very tough breakup. Sometimes when you're going through a breakup, it feels like the world is ending. But it turns out, a lot of the time, it was more of a plot twist. And it was a chance for you to rediscover who you were outside of the relationship, what you want in a relationship, what you don't want in a relationship. Deep thought alert. What if all these little struggles that we go through are just rerouting us on our life GPS? Sometimes it's going to lead us to a destination that we never even dreamed of. All right, so let's get actionable with some of this stuff without reaching for a pen, without using any paper. Instead of listing out your struggles and your to-dos, let's try a simple mindful approach. Take a moment today, take 5 minutes and just sit. Sit and reflect. Sit in silence for 5 minutes, no phone, no distraction, just you and your thoughts. Holy smokes, for some of us, that is a scary thought, but we can do this. We can do this. As we sit there, and as you sit there, invite the struggles in. Invite the struggles to come forward like they're waiting to be on the stage of your life. They're waiting to be famous. They're waiting for their spotlight. They're waiting for their 15 minutes of fame here. And when they get up there on the stage and they come out and they're in that spotlight, ask them some questions, right? Maybe make it like a job interview. What have you taught me? How about, how can you lead me to something better? Ask a few of these questions. Challenge it. Challenge yourself to answer these questions, because you might be surprised at what the universe is going to whisper back at you. And remember, it's okay if the answers don't surface right away. You know how you're watching water boil sometimes and you're waiting patiently for the bubbles to come up? Sometimes our best insights take time to bubble up to the surface. So just sit with it, take a breather, look from a broader perspective, and wait. Wait, look, question, and believe. And before I wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. Finding the silver lining isn't about dismissing your struggles. It definitely isn't. It's really about listening and learning to dance with them. Yep, I totally said dance. I'm always encouraging dancing. When you can laugh and you can make light of things and you can look for silver linings, it makes everything easier. Your struggles become less daunting. So next time you hit one of those tough patches, remember, maybe that is the moment to create something unexpected. Maybe that is what the universe is doing for you. Thank you so much for joining me today on Privately Outspoken. I hope you found warmth. I hope you found some humor, perhaps a few new thoughts to ponder. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to share it with a friend who might need a little nudge toward finding their own silver lining in their struggles, in this messy life of ours. Keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep shining, and don't forget to embrace the mess. It's all part of the journey. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the ones you love. I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.